welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Malia. Today we're going to do a sketchbook tour. I'm not quite all the way done with this one, but I thought it was still worth doing a sketchbook tour. All these stickers in the cover were made by my friends or my sister, one I got from my teacher. I'll try and link to their shops below. And the ones I didn't get from friends, I got in like different random packaging. On the first page here, I like to do the start date, and then I also like to add artists that I like for inspo. So if I'm like, man, I don't know what to draw, I'll go and look up some of these artists. This first page here is watercolor, gouache, colored pencil. Based off of a statue I saw on Pinterest. This one I did a crowd scene with markers and Sharpie, and in this sketchbook I really tried focusing on creating more finished looking works. Usually my sketchbooks are pretty loose and fun and sketchy, but I was trying to figure out how I wanted to draw, so I was thinking I'm not going to know how I want to draw unless I actually draw stuff. This one I painted with my partner in watercolor, gouache, and colored pencil. This was pretty fun. I think I like the way it turned out. Another statue inspired painting. Gouache and watercolor. Still trying to figure how I want to paint things. Here I didn't go back and finish this one all the way, but it's just marker, like a bird, and the crown. This one I was doing a lot of like these organic shapes, a lot of flower based stuff. I kind of like the unfinished look for this one, so I'm not going to touch it. I think it's pretty fun. This one is a free Palestine illustration I did, I think maybe almost a year or two ago. I really liked drawing fruit at this time too, a lot of like organic shapes. This one I think I'm going to leave like this. I just really like the line work too much to like paint over it, so I think it'll probably stay like this. I might scan it and like color it in, but right now it's living like this. A dandelion drawing. Some of these pages I do want to go back and finish painting, so I might do a video of me painting this one. This one is where I kind of start understanding how I wanted to paint and like stylize things. I hadn't at this point when I started the sketchbook drew or painted a lot traditionally. In school especially, I was doing a lot of digital artwork because it was just so much more convenient and faster to make a lot of changes. But this was pretty fun, and I kind of grasped what interesting things traditional artwork can do, because especially how these colors mix and blend. Like here, it's just this natural reaction you get that you can't really get naturally with digital art. You have to like manually go out your way to find those cool moments. So I do a bunch of these like organic flower shapes. Another vase of flowers. Another vase of flowers. This is like a whole series I did. These are kind of fun because I like drawing people a lot, but I also kind of wanted to push myself to figure out how I would draw anything else and how that would match into my style too. So just really solidifying my style look like. Another one I just finished. A lot of these ones, these like full potted plants ones I've been finishing digitally, just touching things up. So like 99% they are done, but like going back and like making some of the whites brighter and erasing some of the like random watercolor that's gotten around, or kind of cleaning up some of the sketch marks. But pretty much what it's looked like finished. Another piece I would like to finish. Oh, there's a tear on this page. But another piece I would like to finish digitally. This piece I didn't really like how it turned out. I think the contrast isn't really there. And the texture is not that interesting to me. Color is kind of fun, but kind of boring to me. This one I could work on a little more, but I'm not going to touch it because it was kind of giving me a headache to do all those spirals and like detail stuff. Maybe one day I'll go back, but it's going to live like this for a while. Another piece where I should probably go back and finish because it's like almost done. It just needs a little bit more rendering and highlights in some places, but it's not interesting to me right now to finish really. But I wanted, after like looking at Venus flytraps, I'm like, this should have been way longer. It would have been way more interesting that way, but it's okay. Some carnations I want to go back and paint, I think would be really cool, but they're kind of a lot more involved than the other flowers. Because if I don't do the layers right, then they'll kind of just look like roses, and that level of detail can get really repetitive. So again, I'll come back to it. I do a lot of sketches where I don't necessarily finish them all at once. I think that can be a bit misleading for some people who think like you draw all this amazing stuff in one sitting, but it's really just like a couple sittings or whenever I feel like it. So sometimes I'll just draw a bunch of different sketches, and then one day I might be like, oh, I really feel like drawing, so I'll go and like do all the line work for those sketches. Or one day I just feel like painting, and I already have all these sketches done, and I can just go and paint what I've already have in my sketchbook. So it's not really about doing stuff all in one setting. This one I think turned out really nicely. I did some orchids because my sister really likes orchids, and she recommended it, so this is for her, and I liked how it turned out. This one this is where I got my, again, these are also not in order in the way I painted these. Some of them I did way after. This one was like one of the first ones that I used marker on, and I was like, oh, I kind of really get the point of markers, like I kind of understand them now. So I'll go back and forth and use markers a lot more in some of these other drawings, which I thought was really fun. This one I used another Pinterest reference. If I can, I'll try and make sure I can find these photos, and then I'll pop them in so you can see the pictures I'm referencing. But this one, kind of playing around how I'm rendering skin and colors. This one I haven't finished yet, but I think I'll do a video on this one. This is kind of like my underpainting, which is just color pencil and marker. But I want to go back in and like really block it out with some watercolor. This one is like money hungry because they have these moths like eating this origami butterfly. So that was kind of the idea, kind of editorial moment. But this one's another one that I kind of started understanding the use of mixed media a lot more, and a lot more contrast, and like where to place the focus on things and highlights. This one was really fun. I think it turned out really nicely. Literally like everything I had is like on this page: watercolor, gouache, color pencil, marker, these pastel pencils I found, like just a lot of random stuff, but I really liked how they turned out. I kind of want to get more pastel pencils because they just had this really nice softness on top of like the gouache. I like colored pencils with a lead or whatever material can be a lot more waxy or hard, and it'll kind of dig into it. The pastel pencil really set on it really nicely. This one is another Palestine postcard drawing I did. So I was really into the florals, and I thought like what would really match that style I was really interested in at the same time to make something for Palestine. So these poppies and this olive branch. So I had created this for my friend, and my friend's GoFundMe to free her family from Gaza. So with a $5 minimum donation, you do get a postcard with this illustration on it. There's one postcard that says Free Palestine, and another one that says From the River to the Sea. So you can pick which one you want, and we'll send it to you. They're great to write your local senators or any other local government as a postcard. This pigeon I drew while I was in New York, because the pigeons there are like crazy. They're like built differently, like super beefy, super aggressive. They do not care. They will fight you. I might make a secret of it, but I used a lot of wax pastels in this. I usually don't use, but it was kind of just experimenting. My partner drew this for me, and I drew something in their sketchbook. I love a little artist moment. This is the other dandelion. So like the dandelion before was like the flower version. Oh, I don't know where it is. I feel like I always lose it. So this is the flower version and the little fluffy version, which I'll try and paint both of these. Be really cute. A little cute moment. Another pigeon I would like to paint. Maybe make a sticker out of. Really cute. These are just some notes that I wrote during my internship at the Whitney. Rue, one of the curators, was talking about the Amy Shell exhibition they had coming up, about how there's not a lot of black portraiture or a lot of black artists in the art world, and just a lot of black portraiture in general historically. So I thought it was really interesting. So, and I was also at the time talking to my mom about how my mom wanted a portrait done of her, and how people in general always ask you to draw them, like when you're an artist. That's like the first thing they say, oh, draw me. But I was like thinking after that, like with what Rue was saying and what with the Amy Shell exhibition, I'm like, maybe I should draw my mom. So this is drawing of my mom. I do want to finish like a nice big painting version of it. When I do, I'll try and go into more detail of it. Just ideas right now. Painted this owl when I was at the zoo. He was sleeping because I was there during the day. This is my tiny shoebox room that I stayed in when I was in New York. Like, this was the entire apartment. That's it. That's all of it. The bathroom was shared on the whole floor. Like, this is it. Some more zoo drawings that this tree I drew when I was in Central Park. I didn't realize when I was drawing with these pastels that they were so shiny, but like I kind of like that because it was kind of really this like glowing sunny day, and I feel like that gives the same effect. It was really nice and calm. And then some more animals in the zoo. I do want to go back over these with gouache, but that's where they are right now, drawing wise. Some more artists that I like here. Sticker my teacher gave me. Things to draw that I want to think about. So if I'm like, I don't know what to draw, some just ideas. And then the end of my sketchbook, Malia was here. And I keep back here different microcolors that I'm trying to figure out what they look like. A lot of times they're darker than what I think they're going to be, more saturated. But yeah, the front and back cover are usually to keep track of things. Also my workspace. But yeah, I'll have to finish this another time too. But thanks for watching, and when I do complete more pages, I'll do another part of this sketchbook tour. But thanks for tuning in, and feel free to ask me any comments in the feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. And follow me on any social media really to keep up to date with the stuff I'm making. Much faster updates than my YouTube. Bye!